Whether Zayn Malik thinks Gigi Hadid's relationship with Bradley Cooper is creepy or not, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and say there's actually nothing wrong with this relationship. Now, drop all your eyebrows all the way down and hear me out, because the age gap isn't the red flag everyone wants it to be. There, I said it, and I can support it. Let's get right into it. Okay, to be fair, I see why people are weirded out with their age difference, cause this is Bradley Cooper 2007, already looking like someone's divorced gym coach and a single dad who always complains about his mortgage. And this is Gigi, in the same year, probably still begging her mom Yolanda for a puppy. Fast forward to 2025 and Bradley is 50 and 30. And hear me out, people calling Gigi a young girl at 30 is actually hilarious. She is a full-grown woman with a career, a child, and enough life experience to make her own damn decisions. The issue isn't always the age gap, but the age. Because if Gigi were 20 and Bradley 40, I would be up in arms, front line, calling him out on this. No questions asked. But 30 and 50? That is two adults, fully formed, fully aware. You might say it's the honeymoon phase, sure, but Gigi's interview with Vogue literally proves my point. The way that she speaks about life, motherhood, boundaries, that's not someone stuck on ice cream dates and TikTok trends. That is a level of maturity that only comes with age, something a 20-year-old dating a 50-year-old wouldn't even be thinking about unless it came with sprinkles. And look, this also isn't a Leonardo DiCaprio situation. Leo wouldn't even look at a woman past 25. At that point, she might as well apply for retirement in his eyes. Bradley's dynamic with Gigi might be weird, but it's not Leonardo level dystopian. All I'm saying is that 30 and 50 is different from 20 and 40, and yet the difference in both is 20. During her Vogue interview, Gigi gave us a rare peek into her relationship with Bradley, admitting that they actually share a lot in common. Again, this could easily be brushed off as the honeymoon phase of a relationship where you start thinking your partner's laugh is the cutest sound on earth, even when it sounds like a wheezing squirrel. However, going by Gigi's sentiments, they genuinely do have much in common. First off, they're both single parents raising daughters around the same age. Kai is 5 and Bradley's daughter Leah is about 8. That alone is a huge shared life experience, especially in an industry like Hollywood, where parenting can feel like an entirely different planet. They're also both deeply entrenched in creative industries. And while Gigi comes from high fashion and modeling, and Bradley comes from film and theater, that mutual understanding of public life, pressure, and creative drive makes some sense. It's not just surface level vibes, it is life alignment.
Was so close to asking my if I could be a fly on the wall question of Gigi Hadid today while she was getting ready for the Victoria's Secret fashion show. They asked her, will Bradley Cooper be here tonight? And she said no, he's at home, he'll be watching from home, he's on dad duty.
The Vogue article reads, while opening up about her relationship, Hadid called it very romantic and happy. She also explained why there are certain elements of her romance that she won't speak publicly about, saying it's just not part of our relationship to share for whatever reason. See, this right here is my point. You can feel the maturity in how she navigates this. If she were younger, we'd be watching them soft launch on TikTok with matching sweatshirts and a boyfriend does my makeup video queued up, but she's not starstruck. She's intentional and she's guarded in a good way. In fact, she literally touches on that boundary in the interview. You want to believe that people are going to have your back and not call TMZ or go on Dumois or whatever, but you just don't know. That's the voice of someone who has seen the machine chew up love stories for clicks and headlines. She is not playing the game, and even more interesting, she says Bradley is pulling her deeper into her artistic side, introducing her to theater and more expressive work. Which makes sense. If anyone can drag you into your method actor bag, it's the man who turned Lady Gaga into Ally in A Star is Born. And then comes the line that really seals it. Gigi openly addresses the age gap, saying, I think just getting to the point where knowing what you want and deserve in a relationship is essential. And then to find someone that's in a place in their life where they know what they want and deserve, and you both do work separately to come together and be the best partner you can be, I just feel really lucky. Tell me that doesn't sound like two grown-ups doing life, not some creepy Hollywood power play. So for the life of me, I don't get the fuss. This feels like two people with their heads on straight. Also, remember back when the rumors were thick that Bradley, who was 37 at the time, was in a relationship with Silver Lining co-star Jennifer Lawrence, who was 22 at the time? Bradley dismissed it all, saying, "I could literally be her father," referring to the 15-year age difference. That comment quickly circulated in the media and effectively put the dating rumors to rest. Goes ahead to prove that he might not mind age gaps, but wouldn't touch young adults. I actually looked up his dating history, and it's only Suki Waterhouse, who is much younger than him, when they dated back in 2013 to 2015. She was 21 when they started, and Bradley was 38. Yeah, that's the kind I would say is concerning. That said, can we talk about the power dynamics in the relationship and what this really means for Gigi Hadid? Now, this is quite something, actually. This is the real conversation, not the age. A lot of people aren't raising their eyebrows because Gigi's 30. Many are saying watching Gigi Hadid play house with Bradley Cooper has been one of the most unsettling things Hollywood has thrown at us in a while. Not for anything wild or scandalous, but the creepy familiarity of it all. A-list actor suddenly playing stepdad to someone else's child, slipping into Zayn's role like this isn't a real life with real consequences. This bit is giving PR rom-com meets psychological thriller. And here's where things get really messy. Because word is there are way too many things about this Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper situation that just don't sit right. Like, on the surface, it's giving love story, but the more you look into it, it's giving PR stunt with a twist of family meddling. Some are saying it's literally Hollywood politics, and there are way too many theories around them right now. Let's start with Yolanda. Yes, Miss Hadid herself. That woman has been moving like Kris Jenner since day one. Every move Gigi makes seems to have Yolanda's fingerprints all over it, and that's why public opinion is that even this relationship feels no different. Word on the internet is that she is doing everything in her power to keep the Hadid name relevant. And what better way than marrying her daughter off into another powerful Hollywood family? Some fans even think Yolanda is the one steering the whole ship, like an actual behind-the-scenes director. But let's not act like Bradley is walking into this with clean hands either. There's been a whole storm of whispers about what's really in this for him. Like, yeah, they keep it private, no couple TikToks, no corny red carpet PDA, but that silence is apparently almost too curated. The internet, being the internet, has already unearthed every blind item and gossip thread you can imagine, and it gets real wild real fast. One of the most sus theories floating around is that this could be one of those old school Hollywood beard arrangements. Yep, a beard, not the kind you grow, the kind you date. The idea is that one partner allegedly serves as a front to protect the other's public image when it comes to sexuality, as in, he's gay and using Gigi as a cover. Again, this is all gossip, no confirmed tea, but y'all know how Tinseltown operates, where image is currency and stories are crafted like movie scripts.
And this comes after blind items we've read recently alleging that she makes way more being Bradley Cooper's beard than she ever did being a yacht girl.
Now, whether or not that theory holds water, the timing, the secrecy, and the heavy involvement from Gigi's mom have people raising their eyebrows all the way to their hairlines. And let's not forget, some people are still stuck on how this entire setup gives weird deja vu. Like how Gigi was allegedly involved with Leonardo DiCaprio not long before, and now she's linked to another older elite A-lister. The vibes are off, and while there is still no confirmation of what is really going on behind the scenes, one thing is for sure, this does not look like your average girl meets boy romance. There is a whole Hollywood playbook at work here, and Gigi might be starring in a script she didn't even write. I mean, what are the odds that she's just falling to older A-listers? Please don't quote me, but this has her mom's handwriting written all over it. She has always done whatever it took to have her kids Hollywood ready, including not allowing them to get fat.
Yeah. I'm so excited for the food. Pretty much all the food that we're eating is like a heart attack.
And then you gotta get back on your diet then. Not too big, no, that's too big, the half of that. This is you. What is that? You know what, Gigi? I think that's it. Yeah.
So, as As it is, things are kind of more scripted in Hollywood than we outsiders would think. Remember, the relationship was rather hush-hush for almost 1 year until Gigi decided to go Instagram official on her birthday, where they were pictured all lovey-dovey, full-on kissing, cuddling, the whole PR-approved package. Let's just say that Hollywood is not for beginners, because how would you tell this was all PR when they are doing actual couple stuff? Anyway, we proceed. This article goes further to say a source told People in January that an engagement would be a big step for the pair, but they are perfectly content as they are. They also spend time with each other's families, as do their kids. Now, this is where I sat up real fast, because when they are out here saying an engagement would be a big step for them, but then on the flip side, Yolanda Hadid is apparently pushing to marry her daughters off to the highest bidder like it's a Hollywood auction. Yeah, the math is kind of mathin'. Like, girl, we see the game. And now you've got to question whether their first meeting was also something predetermined. The story goes that they met at a birthday party of a mutual friend's child, which is cute until you realize that they're out here hiding key details like it's national security. Because whose backyard was this PG-rated meet cute happening in? Gigi intentionally left that bit out during the interview, but the internet still remains unbeaten. Dots were quickly connected, and the much guarded backyard turns out to be none other than Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Playing matchmaker is something Ryan and Blake would most definitely do. And this might sound far-fetched, but what if Yolanda had prearranged for Gigi not to miss that event? But then again, remember, Gigi Hadid, Blake Unlively, and Taylor Swift have been besties for the longest, so it totally makes sense for Gigi to be present at her kid's birthday. Oh, and by the way, this girl squad might have low-key crumbled after Blake Lively skipped out on Gigi Hadid's 30th birthday back in April. Her absence sparked rumors about a potential rift between the two, possibly stemming from the larger issue involving Taylor Swift and Lively's legal battle with Justin Baldoni, but that's a story for another day. Let's get back to the backyard meeting. In case you're wondering why Gigi conveniently left out the fact that they met at Ryan and Blake's, it could mean oh so many things. One, that Gigi meeting Bradley was a whole PR setup to revive Gigi's Hollywood spotlight after it didn't work out with Leonardo DiCaprio. Or two, that it was just that, a random party hookup where they met, they talked, one thing led to another, and the rest is history. Nothing new. Now, why would that part be scrubbed from the tale? Because maybe Blake and Ryan are currently being avoided like the plague. Not gonna lie, this conspiracy angle isn't quite giving, but as you can already guess, people still don't even believe this is a real relationship at all. Hollywood is such a give and take society that the idea of something flowing purely and naturally is treated as a foreign concept. Not love. Love might actually be the priciest commodity in that whole city. On Reddit, people are deep in the trenches connecting dots like it's a crime scene. There's a theory floating around that a lot of former supermodels, especially the ones trying to stay relevant, end up becoming professional beards. Like literally getting paid to play the role of the supportive girlfriend in public, while behind the scenes, whole different story. This Redditor wrote, I have a theory that a lot of former supermodels become professional beards / PR girlfriends. It's basically a few steps above being a yacht girl. The DiCaprio relationship was obviously a fake PR deflect from his reputation of dating women too young or too inexperienced for him. Bradley Cooper has been rumored to be queer for decades. He was supposedly openly out in college. Irina, his ex and baby mama, had a track record of being a beard / PR girlfriend. She dated BC, Kanye, and now Tom Brady, all post-divorce. So, with such claims flying around, Gigi's name is being loosely tossed around that this whole thing is giving yacht girl to PR girlfriend pipeline energy. At this point, people are joking that if Bradley and Leo really wanted to dodge the gay rumors, they should have just gone the Hugh Jackman route and dated an older woman just to keep it extra confusing. Not gonna lie, the whole thing is starting to feel like one long episode of Keeping Up with the Beards. All said and done, I, for one, cannot rule out the fact that maybe, just maybe, Yolanda is kinda desperate that the Hadid name is slowly and unceremoniously fading away. Those saying Yolanda might just be acting as Gigi Hadid's Momager don't get it. This woman has been playing chess not checkers. Like, let's not forget, this is the same Yolanda who allegedly went toe-to-toe with Zayn Malik, her own granddaughter's father, in an actual physical fight that had headlines doing cartwheels on Zayn for so long. And while most people would have tapped out, especially with Lyme disease in the picture, nope, Yolanda is still out here allegedly trying to orchestrate the next big power couple in Hollywood. Now, let's not forget, Bradley's past isn't squeaky clean either. When he and Irina Shayk broke up, the streets were talking. Apparently, she was over the lack of commitment, the wild work hours, and the emotional distance. They reportedly realized that the only thing keeping them tied was their baby, and once that bond thinned out, it was a wrap. Some even blame A Star Is Born and his intense connection with Lady Gaga for accelerating the split. So if Yolanda is now trying to lock in Gigi into that same energy, it raises some eyebrows, especially when fans are out here whispering things like, let's hope Bradley finally learned boundaries. And look, maybe Zayn's silence isn't about being the bigger person. It could also be the weight of their messy past. Let's not forget that Zayn and Gigi didn't break up with a cute Instagram post and a conscious uncoupling caption. Their relationship was allegedly violent, chaotic, and downright toxic. There were police reports, parents' interference, and all the nasty stuff. So no, he's not the hero in this story, but that doesn't mean we're giving Bradley a pass either. What do y'all think? Is this love for real or just another Hollywood stunt? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, thanks for sticking around till the end.